And for the first time, we're hearing from the young boy attacked by a mountain lion. At one point, he says his head was in the lion's mouth. He's telling us how he fought back.
Free!
Well, Antonio Brown's having a good day. A wild shakeup to the NFL landscape just in time for the first week of football, how it affects the Broncos. Plus, we tell you how you can watch today's games. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on Fox 31 Morning News at 7. I'm Alex Rose. We got a beautiful day set ahead of us. The sun is shining over the mile-high city. But as we Coloradans know, that beautiful weather doesn't last forever. Christine Rapp's got it for us. Christine.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there this morning. I mean, not a single cloud in the sky. Hard to believe. A cold front and some big changes are on the way as we head through the afternoon. Here's kind of an idea of the timing of these storms. I think we're good here in Denver until about 2 to 3 o'clock. That's when you're going to notice those clouds building and then widespread storms as we head through the evening and early overnight. Some of these storms may become severe, so hang with us. In about 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the futurecast, kind of give you an idea of the timing of these storms as they move into your neighborhood. Alex.
Looking forward to it, Christine. Thank you. We are following breaking news from overnight. Multiple shootings have been reported. Denver police investigating a shooting on the 100 block of Hazel Court early this morning. One person was treated for a gunshot wound to the leg. Police haven't released any information on a suspect. And in Thornton, police investigating a shooting near East 125th Place and Dexter Way. We know 2 victims were taken to a local hospital. Police actively working that scene right now. Now, Governor Polis now says he wants to legalize mushrooms across the state. It's a controversial issue, but there's a lot of local support for it. Fox 31's Emily Allen is on it for us this morning. Emily, what's it going to take to make this plan work? Thanks for that, Emily. Hurricane Dorian unleashed fury upon the Bahamas and destroying entire islands. One of the areas that was most impacted is known as the Mud, a small town in Marsh Harbor in northern Abaco Island. Local authorities are worried that many victims might be under rubble, but they say they can't really say how many are, and recovering these bodies isn't going to be easy. CNN's Paula Newton reports from the ground.
This is an area of Marsh Harbor called the Mud. We've spoken about it many times, and that's because, as you can see, it took the brunt of Hurricane Dorian. You can only imagine the terror of people who were living here. They don't have an estimate as to how many people were here or how many people managed to get out.
A boy that survived a mountain lion attack in Bailey is sharing his story of survival. Meet Pike Carson, facing what many of us can't even imagine. Late last month, a 65-pound mountain lion attacked him in his own backyard. The Count pounced on Pike and latched onto his head. You can see all the scars and bite marks, and especially, of course, his left eye. The attack was so severe, doctors actually had to reattach Pike's eyeball to his skull just so the poor boy could see. He had more than 60 staples placed into his skull, but as you can tell, Pike's in good spirits and is doing incredibly well.
Did you ever think you'd have to fight a mountain lion before?
No.
No.
But I knew in life that I would see one because where we live.
That's true.
Everything had the way it worked out, had to work out the way it did, else he wouldn't be here. Instead of us been telling him the story, we'd be planning a funeral, I think, and that's the part that scares me.
Can you even imagine as a parent going through all that? Pike still has some more medical work to be done, but overall his eye is in good condition and he'll be able to fully see once again once everything heals. And we have an update for you this morning as part of Xcel Energy, Colorado's plan to eliminate all of its carbon dioxide emissions by 2050. It's moving ahead with plans for a wind energy project on the Eastern Plains. They plan to complete the Cheyenne Ridge Wind Project in December of 2020. The $743 million project will cover some 150 square miles in Cheyenne and Kit Carson counties. Colorado looking to reduce statewide greenhouse gas emissions by 90% of 2005 levels by 2050. New details this morning from South Metro Fire showing the numbers from yesterday's response to the weather. The fire department says they responded to, get this, 44 incidents yesterday, and 10 of those were related to storms. 5 calls involved homes that were hit by lightning. 2 calls were for water rescues for stranded people. 2 others involved trees or poles that were hit by lightning. They also received 1 call about a flooded basement. And we spoke with one firefighter from South Metro about all those calls. He said they are no stranger to seeing multiple calls on different issues when a storm like that hits fast and hard, from electrical issues to lightning strikes and water rescues. I mean, they cover the whole gambit. He says whenever there is severe weather like what we saw, the best bet is to stay home. And only on Fox 31, a Centennial family is lucky to be alive this morning after lightning struck their home, sending an explosion just feet away from where they were sitting. The Dyers say they were playing Legos in the living room when they heard an explosion and saw fire shooting from their chandeliers. Can you even imagine that? They were able to run out of the garage and call firefighters immediately.
But it was really scary. It was like, it felt like a bomb or like an explosion went off.
We're just glad we got out safe and no one was injured. Things can be replaced, so.
And the Fox 31 Problem Solvers looked into what you should do to stay safe while seeking shelter. National Weather Service says you should avoid plumbing or using anything plugged into the walls. Plus, don't lie or lean on concrete. And we've got more tips on this story on our website, KDVR.com. I mean, just look at that. It looks like a bomb went off in their home.
Yeah, you don't really think, okay, lightning's going to cause all of this inside of your home. Another thing, too, stay away from windows.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Could you imagine just something breaking right through there? We unfortunately could be dealing with the same kind of weather as we had through the afternoon hours today. So any plans on your Sunday, we're looking at heavy rain. We're looking at lightning. In fact, just got a new update to the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for today, and notice it, big yellow area, including the Denver metro area. Risk for severe weather after about 3 to 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll walk you through the timing and some of the specific risks if you live here in the Denver metro area, or maybe you're heading home here on the Sunday afternoon. We'll detail that for you here coming up in just a few.
All right, looking forward to it, Christine. Thank you. Meanwhile, crews from the Mountain View Fire Department in Longmont are heading to California to help with a wildfire. They tweeted a picture of crew members that were dispatched to the Walker Fire near Taylorsville. Firefighters in northwest Colorado are working to contain a wildfire. It's 26 miles southwest of Meeker in Rio Blanco County. Lightning started it back on Thursday. The wind was not good for the fire on Friday, causing it to explode to more than 1,800 acres. Some public land is closed in the area so firefighters can work. No structures are currently being threatened. And CU Boulder bringing in the Nebraska Cornhuskers to town yesterday for a new chapter of an old rivalry. The Huskers just dominated the first half, leading 17-0 into the third. But the Buffs start coming back with this touchdown that you're going to see right here. He pushes right into the end zone. That's when the fourth quarter starts. Buffs open it with a bang. Trick play here. You see the flea flicker. Gives them a 96-yard touchdown. The Buffs rally from 17 down to tie it twice, including a strike to Tony Brown for the tie with less than a minute left. 24 fourth quarter points for the Buffs to get the game into overtime. The Buffs took their first lead of the day on a field goal, and then Nebraska just couldn't match, giving the Buffs a big win. And we'll have plenty more NFL football today. Fox NFL kickoff starts at 9 this morning. Football is back. We got a full day for you with the LA Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers at 11. Then at 2:25, the New York Giants face the Dallas Cowboys. And after the game, we got you covered. We're on it. Even if the games go long, we'll be right here with your local news on Fox 31 after the games. Free! Antonio Brown is just ridiculous. He's one player that won't be taking the field against the Broncos tomorrow night. And after a drama-filled week, Brown was released by the Raiders. And in the same day, he was picked up by the Patriots. He posted this video online after finding out he'd been released. Brown won't play for week 1 of the regular season, but as for the Broncos, they say they were always getting ready for the Raiders, not just one player.
You think he really wanted to be in Oakland?
No, that's a guy who wanted to get fired from his job. Yeah.
He got his wish.
Well, at least he's not in the division, but at the same time, he goes to the Patriots, so Broncos fans can't be happy. It's one of the ways that sports can inspire us all. The University of Tennessee, I'm sure you've been following this story, has turned a child's homemade t-shirt into official apparel.
Now, it's an exact replica of a Florida boy's hand-sketched design. Now, he was reportedly laughed at by some of his classmates when he wore this to class. In a Facebook post, his teacher explained the child wanted to represent the Tennessee Volunteers during school's college color days, but he didn't have any official gear, so he took matters into his own hands. And on Friday, the University of Tennessee announced it will add the boy's own design to its t-shirt line. Like that happy ending of that story.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of the ways that teams can lift people up. It
Absolutely.
sends a good anti-bullying message. Everybody can get behind that.
Cool design, too.
Absolutely. I'd wear it. A lot more news to get to this hour, and of course, we're on it.
I think it's amazing, and he deserves a hug and more than a thank you.
It's a beautiful moment why these women and men in blue are giving special thanks to you, our viewers, for going above and beyond. And when it comes to saving money, a lot of millennials are just falling short. The latest report on how the younger generation is choosing to cash in.